I'm back with my intrusive thoughts. I'm sitting here thinking, like, no matter how good of a person you portray to be through your actions, not your words, people will always feel as if you're not your authentic self, especially if it's a energy or an experience that they never had. It'd be like more of a, this is a too good to be true type of feeling, like it got to be something else behind it. We've all questioned people and their actions before, especially when it's something that we haven't been introduced to prior to that experience. And I know for myself, I've probably have fumbled men, men who had good intentions, men who actually wanted to pursue me in the ways that I wanted to be pursued. But maybe because I wasn't used to that energy, or I felt as if maybe they had other intentions. I don't know. But I can say I've learned from that, and only because I see now how difficult it is to be a good person and try to show people in a world like this. Lately, me and my friend have been conversing about intentions, like intentional dating. Like, we want to intentionally date, you know. And I feel like, I'm not gonna say all women, but I can just speak for myself and my crew. Like, we do things with intentions. I know I intentionally date, and when I say intentionally, it's like a purpose. Like, we just not dating just to date, or we ain't just having sex just to have sex, or whatever the case may be. But I feel like it's so many different rules nowadays with dating, because it's like if you want to do certain things for a person to show that you care through your actions, you have people will say, "Oh, don't do that. You can't do that because that ain't your nigga, or that ain't your woman." Excuse me, I don't know what's going on with my voice. That's not your woman, and it's just like, how do I suppose to show this person that I'm interested and that I care about them, you know? How do you show interest without it having to be downplayed or making it seem like you doing too much? I've never cared about doing too much. Like, I've always kind of been jaded, but through therapy and just growth and my friends bringing out different personalities that I didn't know I have, or I had, I should say. I know my personality can be intimidating to some because I'm really living in my truth. If you know me, if you've been around me, you know my energy. I'm just me. I don't have a regard to certain things. Never disrespectful. I just don't have a regard. But anyways, I'm just trying to figure out, how are we showing interest these days? You know, I don't know, and I think because people, including myself, we've carried past trauma and past situations over to new situations and new experiences, that it limit us and it limits the experience that we're able to have with a person or a situation, because somebody that you can meet or have a good energy with may do something or say something that triggers you, and that'll make you feel like, oh, I've been here before, I've seen this before. And not all situations end up like that. Me, I always give people 100 points, and I just kind of let them kill themselves off, because I let every person be their own person until you show me otherwise, because I don't want to live in my past trauma or trauma bond with somebody based off my past experiences. I don't sit around looking for men to do things to me that I've previously seen. Like, if I see a pattern, then I know how to move. But until you actually full force, I guess, take off with whatever I feel, I can't hold you accountable. I don't want to assume. So I'm going to let you be you. And I think dating, it comes because nobody is, like I said before, nobody is scared to lose anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more like, I ain't got to deal with this shit. And it's just like, whatever happened to fighting for something, making something work. It's just like it's so easy to give up. It's like it's so easy to go on the internet and scroll, but it's so difficult for somebody to pick up a book and actually scroll and feel the pages. Well, shift the pages with their fingers and be tangible with a book, but they'll scroll all day on the internet. And hey, I have a balance. I'm not perfect. I'm a social media person, but I also pick up a book. I enjoy reading. I find different things that I like to do. I really try to be different in my own little world. This always been me. But my intentions with anything I do or anybody is always pure. I didn't grow up in the evil environment. So I feel like sometimes me personally, I attract people who have trauma, of experienced trauma that I've never experienced. And I don't know if because I need to see from their perspective of their world, because I don't want to seem like I'm living in a box, but I have to, experience those type of people to really see how the world is. Because sometimes I meet people who are, and I bond with people that be in the streets, but I mean, I don't know if we trauma bond, but it's just like, or they connect to me because I'm nurturing and I'm understanding their situation. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's just like I bond with those people who have trauma. Not all the time, but most time, and they be great people. You know what I'm saying? Like, trauma don't define you. That's why I'm so confused on why people try to hold their past experience or past people actions on their new experiences. Like, you letting that shit dictate you. You letting that shit control you. But, I mean, that's just how I'm feeling today. I gotta get back to work. I just felt like talking about that because me and my friend, we be on the phone for a long time talking. And even when you try to date different, y'all, it just always come back to this new shit. And I'm not programmed to do this new shit. I don't know how to do this new shit. Like I don't know. My mom always told me that you're probably only gonna really fall in love maybe once in your life, twice at the most, for real, for real. And I feel like it's gonna be crazy to say, but I feel like I've only been in love maybe one time, for real, like deep in love, and that's probably because I was young and like naive to a lot of things and wasn't really self-aware. So it made that experience because I went into it being just gullible, and that wasn't bad because I learned from the situation. It wasn't a bad situation. Like, I was together with my first boyfriend for a long time, and I feel like because I'm so used to somebody, I know when somebody like me, I know when somebody interested into me. Like, I know this because I mean, I've had these connections and experiences with people, whether I fumbled them or they fumbled me. I've experienced it. Like my first boyfriend, he ain't play about me. He nigga was crazy. My grandma didn't like him. Mama was it, but it was like the way he stepped when it came to me and my feelings. It was unmatched. You know what I'm saying? Like, here it is, 2025, and I haven't had that feeling in a long time that I'm feeling like a nigga step. Like, yeah, I know when niggas like me. Yeah, the basics. I'm a woman, so I know and I'm attractive. Like, I know what comes with that, and that's okay. And hey, I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? So I indulge too, but at the same time, I know what I want and I know my intentions, but maybe the goal isn't to stop having intrusive thoughts. Maybe it's just learning how to not let them control me, y'all. Peace.